Hey, welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. So this is a really quick video. So have you ever used these rubber stops? This just happens to be the Preston Innovations. Map do them, different brands do them, little rubber stops. We use them for feeder fishing, we use them for waggler fishing. So most anglers will just discard these at the end of a session when they finish with a rig, but I'm going to show you this little money saving tip, how to reuse these little rubber stops next time you go fishing. So let me show you. Okay, now let me show you how easy it is to get the rubber stops off the main line and back on to the wire stem. Now I've put a bit of white paper here, just hopefully it comes out on the video. But what we have at the end of our session, we'll have a rig that has these rubber stops on it. It might be a feeder line, it might be a pellet waggler or normal waggler, whatever it is you're using, whatever technique you're using these rubber stops for. At the end of your session, most anglers will just cut these off the line, put them in the pocket or in a bag and then discard them in the bin when they get home. Now, there's no need to do that. These packets here, this just happens to be the Preston Innovations. Now, multiple brands do them, Map do them and so on. Now, they're only a couple of pound a packet. But every time we go fishing, if we're using these a lot and we're discarding them, it's going to add up. So why waste your money cutting these off, throwing them in the bin, when we can just literally put them back onto the wire stems? So let me show you how to do it. So this is one out of a packet and I've got some extra wire stems here. Now where they don't have any rubber stops on them. I'm going to get my rubber stops off my main line and put them back on to this wire stem. Let me show you. So at the end of your session, you've got your rubber stops on your main line. Just cut them off, cut at least, I would say about 8-9 inches of line off either side of your rubber stops. Put them in your pocket. When you get home, you can then follow this technique. You can do it on the bank if you want, but I just find I don't have much time. So when I get home, I do this. All you have to do, really simple, get the end of your line, find one of the wire stems, thread your line through the wire stem like that. So I've now just passed my end of my main line through a wire stem. Now just create a single knot. Nothing fancy, a single knot, that's all it has to be. So I've just tied my main line onto a wire stem. Now just cut off the excess line, leave about, I'd probably say about a centimetre. The reason being is when you want to get that main line off the wire stem at the end, it's just easier if you just got only about a centimetre showing. So let me just turn that round. I'm just going to slide these rubber stops all the way down just so you can now see. So I've got, just slide them a bit closer. There we go. So I've now got my little packet of rubber stops and some spare wire stems that don't have the rubber stops on. I've got my main line. So after my session, I've cut it off and I've got I might have one, I might have two, I might have three rubber stops. So for this video, as an example, I'm just showing you with three on. So, and all I've done is tied my main line to the wire stem using a single knot. All I have to do now is very gently is just pull the rubber stop over the knot and onto the wire stem. So again, that's one, that's two, and there's three. I've now taken my rubber stops off the main line, created a single knot and just slid those over the knot and back on to that wire stem. All we have to do now is, because we only tied a single knot, is just give that a little pull and that should just come off that wire stem. And now we have our three rubber stops back on the wire stem, ready to use next time. So there I have saved some money. I'm not throwing them in the bin. These rubber stops, they never get damaged and they always can be reused. So hopefully you found that little tip useful and that will save you some money. So there you go, dead simple. Just tie your main line onto the little wire stem, tie a single knot and then slide your rubber stops back onto the wire stem. Dead easy. That's going to save you some money next time you go fishing. If you guys have liked this video, please do leave a comment. Really helps the channel out. Leave a comment at the end of the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But until next time, guys, tight lines.